Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling something really interesting, how to make sense of our future as AI becomes, well, more and more part of our lives.
hmm
We've got a fascinating article here from foundico.com by Dr. Puyan Gomari, a Swiss economist, that throws two seemingly opposite philosophies, neo-nihilism and objectivism, into the mix.
Exactly. And for you, someone who maybe wants to get a solid understanding without getting, bogged down, this is what this deep dive is all about.
Right.
We're going to explore how Dr. Gamari uses these ideas to give us a fresh angle on our relationship with AI and, well, other fast-moving technologies. Think of it as getting the crucial insights fast.
Okay, so our mission today is to really dig into the key takeaways from Dr. Gamari's piece.
Yeah.
He looks at how these philosophies, apparently sparked by conversations around nihilism and objectivism,
Yeah.
how they can actually give us a powerful framework for understanding both technology and what we humans are capable of in this AI era.
That's the core idea.
Okay, so let's jump right in then. Neo-nihilism first.
Let's do it. So the article starts by looking at the core concept of nihilism. The idea that life doesn't have any inherent meaning.
Which can sound pretty downbeat.
It definitely can. But Dr. Gamari, through this lens of neo-nihilism, reframes it quite dramatically. He sees it not as a cause for despair, but as, well, a source of real freedom.
Freedom, that's not what usually comes to mind with nihilism. How does that work?
Well, the argument is, if there's no built-in meaning, then we have complete liberty to create our own. It's like having a completely blank slate.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really relevant to technology, especially AI. Dr. Gramari suggests that AI is fundamentally a neutral tool.
Meaning it doesn't come with its own purpose built in.
Exactly. It doesn't have inherent meaning. It's waiting for us, for human input, to give it direction and form.
Huh. That's a different way to think about it.
Yeah.
So AI isn't some independent force with its own agenda already baked in. It's more like a highly advanced tool that reflects what we put into it.
Precisely. And the article draws a compelling parallel here, comparing us humans to the very algorithms we design.
How so?
Well, both learn, adapt, and change based on the information they process for AI, its data and code. For us, it's our experiences and what we learn.
Right.
And it's in this absence of inherent meaning in the technology itself that Dr. Gamari sees a massive opportunity for innovation. We are free to impose our own meaning onto these tools and, as he puts it, to shape entirely new realities.
Okay, I think I get that. The freedom to build and innovate when you're not constrained by, like, pre-existing definitions or limits. Now, you mentioned the article has a real-world example of this.
Yes, it does. Dr. Gamari talks about his own work with blockchain technology and the ALAN project. He sees this as a key example of this neo-nihilistic approach in practice.
A-land. What's the core idea there?
Well, the core idea is using tokenization so individuals are empowered to build their own financial systems, basically independent of the traditional intermediaries.
So taking that freedom to create and applying it to something really fundamental like finance.
Exactly. It's about making that freedom tangible. For instance, tokenization within ALAN allows people to directly invest in and govern local community projects.
Okay, moving away from established systems, building something new. Got it. Now, the article then shifts gears to objectivism. This is often linked to Ayn Rand, right? How does that philosophy fit into this AI picture?
It is, yeah. Dr. Gamari introduces objectivism as a philosophy firmly rooted in rational self-interest.
Rational self-interest.
His argument is that this provides a crucial framework for navigating this world increasingly shaped by AI. So, while neo-nihilism gives us the freedom to define our purposes, objectivism offers a rational structure for individuals to pursue progress and success within that freedom.
So it's not just about having the liberty to do anything because nothing inherently matters. There's a necessary element of, like, logical thinking and pursuing your own interests, your own values.
Exactly. The article explains that objectivism champions individual reason and the pursuit of one's own values, absolutely, but it also recognizes the vital role of community and innovation in achieving that personal flourishing.
And in the context of AI, how does rational self-interest apply there?
Well, it demands that we understand these technologies, the ones that are increasingly driving our economies. You need that understanding to act rationally in your own interest in today's world.
What's fascinating here is how the article highlights the different strengths of AI and humans in this.
Yes, that's a crucial point. While AI can process enormous amounts of data with incredible speed and efficiency,
Like nothing we've ever seen before.
right, but it currently lacks the kind of ethical reasoning and, well, that creative spark that are uniquely human.
Okay.
So objectivism, as presented here, guides us to use these powerful technologies in a way that serves human goals and values. It's about strategically leveraging these tools for our benefit, guided by our reason and in pursuit of our rational self-interest.
And again, is there a concrete example in the article for objectivism? Does it go back to A-land?
Yes, it does. The article returns to decentralized financial systems like A-land. By empowering individuals with greater control over their economic futures through these advanced tools. These platforms are seen as embodying objectivist principles. The pursuit of self-interest here isn't just about, say, accumulating wealth for its own sake.
Right.
It's about using technology rationally to achieve greater autonomy and opportunity, always informed, crucially, by human creativity and ethical considerations. The fundamental idea is that technology should serve to amplify human potential.
Okay, so we have this freedom to create meaning from neo-nihilism and a rational framework for pursuing our goals from objectivism. So now the article brings them together in this thing called the human AI matrix. How do these seemingly different ideas connect in this matrix?
Yeah, this is where the synergy really comes into play. Dr. Gamari argues that these two philosophies aren't contradictory at all. They actually complement each other. They offer a unified guide for navigating this human AI matrix, which he defines as the dynamic interplay between our genetics, our education, and, well, the technological systems that are fundamentally reshaping what we're capable of.
So neo-nihilism gives us this sort of green light to explore and innovate without being held back by old ways of thinking.
Exactly. Unburdened by traditional constraints.
And objectivism provides the roadmap, a logical approach to achieving meaningful outcomes within this new landscape.
Precisely. Neo-nihilism provides the freedom. Objectivism offers the rational framework to achieve significant goals within this evolving system. And the article emphasizes it's a reciprocal relationship, a feedback loop.
How do you mean?
Well, just like AI learns from data, our experiences and knowledge shape our actions and innovations.
Right.
And those actions and innovations, in turn, influence the technologies we develop. We are both the creators and the products of these systems. The core insight here is that our agency, our ability to act, isn't diminished by AI. It's actually amplified, but only if we consciously choose the meanings and goals we pursue within this technological landscape.
That's a powerful way to look at it. We're not just passive users of AI. We're actively being shaped by our interactions with it. The article then uses a really interesting analogy about education.
Yes, it does. It presents education as being kind of like the code that drives AI.
Okay, like programming.
Sort of. Just as AI evolves by processing data, humans evolve through the experiences and knowledge that shape our thinking. So education isn't just about passively absorbing information.
It's more active.
It's about actively programming our own potential.
And this active self-programming. This is where neo-nihilism and objectivism really come together in the context of education.
Exactly. Through the lens of these philosophies, education becomes this active process. We have the freedom to define what we learn and how we apply it. That's the neo-nihilism part.
I like the freedom.
But we should do so with rational intent to achieve meaningful goals. That's the objectivism part.
Makes sense.
And the article also touches on the importance of understanding our genetics and how we learn, the underlying processes to really optimize both human intelligence and artificial intelligence and drive innovation forward.
So ultimately, what's the key message about AI and technology and all of this? Are they forces we should be, wary of, or something else entirely?
The article strongly emphasizes that the AI-driven matrix isn't something to fear. Neo-nihilism reminds us that it's inherently neutral.
Just waiting for us to give it purpose.
Exactly. And objectivism ensures that we do so rationally, using technology to serve our interests and unlock greater potential. In this view, AI and technology are extensions of the human mind.
Amplifying our abilities.
Yeah, amplifying our abilities to learn, create, innovate, all of it.
So the future isn't something that's just going to happen to us. It's something we actively construct through our thoughts, our innovations, our rational choices, guided by this kind of philosophical framework.
That's the central message, really. By embracing the freedom to create our own meaning and the rational pursuit of self-interest, we can navigate this world shaped by AI and human potential. And we can build a future where both thrive.
And Dr. Gamari's background as a Swiss economist, his work with A-land, that gives these philosophical ideas a practical grounding.
It definitely anchors it in real-world application, yeah.
Okay, so to quickly recap then, this deep dive into Dr. Gamari's article suggests that this combination, embracing the freedom to create meaning in a world maybe without inherent purpose, alongside a rational and self-interested approach to our goals, offers a really powerful way to understand and navigate our increasingly technological future. Ultimately, the article seems to argue that embracing this meaning creation alongside rational action is the key to maybe controlling AI's impact rather than being controlled by it.
Precisely put. And it raises a really important question for you listening right now. Think about how your own approach to learning and adopting new technologies aligns with these ideas, creating your own meaning and acting with rational intention.
Yeah,
How might this framework empower you as you look to the future?
definitely something to consider. If you're interested in exploring these concepts, neo-nihilism, objectivism, and the fascinating work of Dr. Puyan Gamari further, we absolutely encourage you to do so. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.